Welcome to Summit 2023. Every company says they have a great community, but at Acumatica, that story is so real.
Acumatica's growth and success is uniquely built on the principle of having a strong and robust community. It takes all of us.
We talked about our journey from Model T to Ferrari. Acumatica is accelerating our transformation.
Every single year, it keeps on growing and growing and growing.
There's nothing like being here in person. It's totally worth it.
Such good energy. I've met so many people already.
Acumatica was the catalyst that helped us to reimagine our business services to better serve our customer.
With Acumatica, when we say empower employees, it allows them to contribute to the transformation.
Really the reason why we do what we do. Take care of customers who can do amazing things for the world.
I know that Acumatica will continue to innovate so that we can focus on what we do best, which is saving lives.
That's amazing. The energy here is just electric.
I think the energy on the dance floor tonight is going to be great.
I'm excited to see where the company is going.
When you buy into Acumatica, it's so much more than the product. Building the future of business together. It symbolizes all of these things that make our joint effort unique.
Who's building the future of business?
We are. We are. We are.
We are together.
Oh my God, that was not good. We cannot use that.
Please welcome Acumatica's Chief Product Officer, Jani.
Woo! Yeah! Let's go! Good morning. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Keynote 2. What a great summit. I mean, last night, you guys at the celebration party, I must admit, you guys really know how to party. Oh, boy, I thought nobody's going to show up this morning. I'll be alone out here. But no, but what a great day yesterday. I mean, it was just so much fun. I mean, this community is amazing. I mean, last night when we were talking to so many of you, I mean, so many familiar faces, so many new faces. But, you know, the one thing that really stood out for me is people were talking about, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how powerful Acumatica can be for my business. I was just scratching the surface. I mean, John talked about it when he was a customer and then became the CEO, how much he learned. But, you know, this type of an event helps us come together as a community and really, really take the power of Acumatica to another level. So that was really exciting for me. But, you know, yesterday was a great day overall. I mean, John talked a little bit about how businesses are important, so small and medium businesses are important to our overall economy. And even through difficult headwinds, they're using technology to transform and grow. You know, Sanket spent a lot of time talking about what makes up this community and how we use different tools to come together. Of course, we saw Mike talk about how much ERP has evolved and what modern cloud ERP really is. And I really enjoyed at least giving you guys a glimpse on how we go, what we think about where ERP is going, and how we think about and we use you all to innovate together, right? It's all about building the business, future of the business together. But we also had a really good time celebrating. We celebrated 2 amazing customers, right? Avanti Health as the Customer of the Year, and you know, the important work LifeSource does and how they were the Impact Customer of the Year. So those were really, really good to see. I hope you all enjoyed the Keynote 1, right? But that was just the beginning of the day. Then we get to spend so much time. I went to the sessions you guys were. You were all eager, listening, learning about taking Acumatica to the next level. The exhibits were just amazing. My gosh, we've grown. Now we have 2 separate exhibits. I had fun on the NASCAR trying to change the tires. I couldn't do it, but it was a lot of fun. But you know, it shows you that power of cloud and how many different solutions and how much innovation is going on, not just in Acumatica, but in the entire ecosystem. You guys are innovating, the ISVs are innovating, and when you bring it all together, that really stood out at the exhibits, and it was great. And how you're navigating through all that. I mean, you're using your trusted partners. I mean, many of the customers stand side by side with their partners, which are really trusted advisors, and having them with you to take the clutter away and focus was just amazing to see. And then we have our MVPs. Many of you don't know, but we have a little bit over 75 MVPs, and MVPs are the heroes of the community. They're picked by their peers, by you all. You guys go and say, hey, these guys really helped me out. It's not about the partner just doing their own business. They post videos. They contribute on the community. So it's made up of customers, partners, ISVs, developers. So congratulations to all of those MVPs that make us better. Thank you. And then we learned a little bit about the power of the Acumatica platform and what it means. Do you have to code, or can it be no code? Or can I be just a power user? And that really, for me, showed up at the hackathon. I mean, every year we get together. This year was our 9th annual hackathon. And at the hackathon, we had a little bit, almost 100 people, 12 teams competing. They came in early on Saturday, and they spent the overnight on Saturday building and showing us proof of concepts of what Acumatica can do and get to the next level. And we picked the winner of the team. You can see their picture, amazing. It was Team Mew. They have really funny names that they use. But Team Mew leveraged the solutions that you guys asked us to build and the partners asked us to build. So there was 3 separate projects that used what we delivered in 22R2 last year, which was all about deploying your new transformations of Acumatica automatically. So we have this customization manager, and you're allowed to make changes to the system, but sometimes you want to save those and deploy them overnight when people are not there. And they showed how they can use that solution to really automate that entire process, making digital transformation even easier. So congratulations to the Team Mew. But today, at this event, this session is all about product, the product portfolio. And yesterday you heard me talk about how we build that, right? We have the votes that you guys do, we have the partners that give us the feedback, and we aggregate all that information. We have the focus groups. We had sessions yesterday talking about what features and how things can be done better. But all that comes together at the center is the product. And I'm so happy to today give you a glimpse of Acumatica 2023 R2. I'm sorry, 2023 R1. I'm already ahead of the game. But 2023 R1 is really a special release for me because we're not just delivering a lot of new functionality. I mean, there's lots of new functionality. But I think what makes Acumatica 23 R1 special is all the fine tunings, all the feedback you give. Hey, I love this feature, but can you make it also do this? And can you make it do this? So we're finding ways to take existing functionality to extend it further. So today's session, we're going to highlight a lot of those. And then, of course, you're going to see some nice new features as well. But overall, 23R1 is going to focus on 3 things. It's going to empower your users with exceptional usability. It's going to transform and help your business grow and evolve with an intelligent platform. And then finally, we really focus on all the industry editions and driving them to the next level so you can dominate a vertical with industry-focused functionality. So are you guys ready to see that? All right. So with that, let me ask Doug Johnson to come out and show you.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you very much. Great to see everybody. I'm super excited to be here, and I'm excited to start showing off 23R1. Well, we started the planning process quite a while ago with 23R1, and by talking to all of you, we figured out ways to make things easier to use. That's one of the key themes that you're going to see. We're eliminating clicks so you can work more efficiently. We're utilizing new technologies that you'll see so you can streamline your business processes. And most importantly, we've made the system more forgiving. So if you manage to click something the wrong way, you're going to find error messages that are more meaningful and insightful and guide you. You're also going to find that the help files are a little easier to access so that they're only a click away and they get you exactly the help you need when you need them. So a lot of this usability features are what we're going to be aiming for. Now, one of the companies that we worked with was Delarier. They're a custom cabinet manufacturer. And when they build custom cabinets for people, They buy thousands and thousands of parts. And with thousands and thousands of purchased parts come thousands and thousands of bills on the back end that come piling in. So thousands and thousands of bills kind of look like this over a period of time. So we were really excited when Delorier kind of started this journey together with us, and they started working with their vendors. So instead of this half of the room walking up on stage and handing me a bill one by one, all you guys started to go in and say, I'm going to attach this as a PDF to an email. And then I can use AP document recognition, an intelligent platform built by Acumatica, to process all of that automatically. So let me show you some of the screens and how we did that. So here's the incoming document screen that some of you may be familiar with. If you have really good eyes and you look at that created date column, you see things are coming in minute by minute by minute. Things are coming in fast, and it's processing them automatically. While things are being processed, it's grabbing the key fields. Things like the vendor name, dates, amounts, even the line items, all coming through and saving a lot of effort. Different vendors provide different formats, and each different format has a different challenge. But for the most part, the system is very good at recognizing and intelligently figuring out which fields belong where. Now, every once in a while, they would run into an invoice, and this is where we kind of work together, where they said somebody would go in and make some minor corrections. The vendor field is particularly important because the vendor field drives things like purchase orders. So when we were doing that, now when they go in and make a change to something on the document in the vendor field, the system remembers that. And the next time a similar looking document comes in, the system automatically replaces it, so you don't have to keep doing the same thing over and over again, thus automating the process and making it much more efficient. Overall, we're very happy with the work that we've done, and we're going to continue to innovate as we launch more and more streamlines to this particular functionality. Thank you. Now, yesterday, Sanket talked about the community. And we also had Ali talk about product management and how we take ideas and how we prioritize and get them all together. So all that culminates in ideas that come in through our ideas portal. Here's one idea that we got. So there's the notion of approvals in Acumatica. Acumatica has a very nice approval engine that you can configure and make it so that the approvals are, whatever's on the document can say who's going to approve that. You can skip people, add people, and do everything else. So this is great. Everybody's using it. Everybody likes it. But this idea got a lot of votes. And the idea was, if I go on vacation, I don't want all the ideas still pouring into me. I'm on vacation, and I got to get out of here, so I want it somewhere else to delegate that to. Another idea was, if there's an idea out there that I need to hand off to somebody, I want to be able to hand it off as a one-time, so I don't have to go in and have that be a permanent thing, just something that somebody knows a little bit about. So I'm super excited to head over to the demo station and show you how we implemented this in 23R1. Okay, so we took all the feedback, and I'm a salesperson here, and you can see that I've got a series of approvals that I need to take care of. One of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to drill right in here to look at this second one, and you can see that the status here is, of course, pending approval, so down here it's assigned to me. I need a vacation. I need to get a break. I've been prepping for the summit. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hit My Profile. This is just one of the ways you can get to it. And in this Delegates tab, I'm going to go Add an Approval. My buddy Josh is going to be the person that I'm going to work with on this. So I'm going to start this process immediately and maybe take a couple days. And by doing that, I've actually enabled I've gone in and a background process is going to pick up these changes and automatically take any of the work that I've got, and it's going to go assign it to Josh. So at that point, bottoms up.
So I want you to imagine It's just a typical Tuesday for me. I'm hanging out at the office. I'm logged into my instance of Acumatica, my account, and I get a text message that says, headed to the beach, check your approvals. Great, like I said, typical Tuesday. So let's head into our approvals. I'm gonna refresh the screen here. And look at that. Doug left some work for me. It's not a big deal. He's on the beach drinking Mai Tais. I can process his sales orders. So I'm gonna open up the sales order. This is the same one that Doug was looking at earlier. Now, I don't know anything about this sales order. I wasn't involved in this sale, and I don't really feel comfortable approving it, signing off on it, but I see that there's a note here, and the note references Jason, who's another team member, knows much more about what happened here. So I'm actually gonna go in, and I'm gonna reassign this to Jason. I'm gonna go to the reassign. Let's look up Jason here. Easy enough. I'll reassign this. As soon as I reassign it, you'll see that it is displayed now on the Approvals tab. Now I want you to take note that Doug, he reassigned many documents at once to one individual. I assigned one document to one individual, and you can do this at any time. Even if you're creating a document, you can assign it to someone at that time. So that's everything I wanted to show you. Let's head back to the beach.
Thank you, Josh.
Right, thanks,
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. I'm all right. Life lesson, don't drink while doing a demo. All right, so now let's say I'm back to the office, and you'll see that just as easily as I turned everything on, I can go in here and deactivate it. I can delete the line, I can add somebody new, and do whatever I have to do, and the same automated process is going to take over. So we're super excited about this feature, and I'm sure everybody out there that voted for the idea, and a lot of people that didn't vote for the idea are going to find it very useful. So those are some of the different usability features that we've added. One of the other things that we work to do is introduce new technology, continuously introducing new technology. I was super excited at Mike's demo yesterday, showing things to come. But today, in day 2, I'm going to show you the way some customers are using features that we've recently introduced and are going to be part of 23R1. The first case study is around Curran. Curran is a manufacturer of flooring and home furnishings. They're on display out in the hallways, so you can take a look at some of their products. They had a business that was mostly in the US, but they manufactured in Europe. The US was using Acumatica. Europe was still not automated yet. Now, someone named Lonnie Doctor was in the audience one year at the summit, and she heard us talking about multiple base currencies. And so we worked together so that as we rolled this out to our manufacturing modules, they could implement multiple base currencies and have a single tenant that had two different, they had the one from Europe as well as the US entity in it, making reporting much easier and making them be able to share configurations, customers, vendors, and even inventory items across their entire company to get much better reporting. So we're really happy to work with people like Curran to continue and innovate and release new and more interesting features in 23R1. So we're excited about that. In addition, there's another company called Incubeta. Incubeta is another company that's rapidly growing and globally. They use Acumatica projects and do that to manage global ad campaigns. To learn a little bit more about this, we have a video that we'd like to run.
Incubeta is a digital marketing services agency. We have offices all the way from Australia into South Africa, across most of Europe, into New York and Los Angeles as well. We are proud to work with some of the biggest brands in the industry, such as Marks & Spencer, L'Oreal, Disney.
It's an incredibly fast-paced industry. We have to really be nimble and be at the forefront of what we do as an industry. And at the same time, our reporting requirements, whether it be to our auditors, our banks, our stakeholders, is getting quicker and quicker. They're demanding information much faster than before.
Historically, we captured stuff very much in an aggregate fashion, so the degree of granularity just didn't exist in our system. And now with the system defined to give us that level of granularity and in a fairly easy manner, I'm able to extract the data and spin it into any sort of view I want. That's really been one of the biggest wins for us.
If you work for a business that is really wanting to expand rapidly into various different territories and really become a truly global organization, I would highly recommend Acumatica to support the business on that journey.
So a lot of good points that were made in the video. We're excited to continue to working with them. They took a model that had many people working in different tenants, and they brought them all together with the help of their partner Palladium. So we're very excited as we continue to grow together, as Ali talked about. We innovate and grow together to help run your businesses more efficiently. Now, there's a lot of features that I don't have time to get to in the core of Acumatica. But there's also a lot of features in the industry editions which are focused on exactly what you need to deliver to your customers. So we're going to go into a little bit about what each edition does, and I'm going to start with Debbie Baldwin in manufacturing.
Wow, thanks, Doug. Good morning. Well, I hope you're as excited as I am, because today I'm going to tell you what the manufacturing team's been doing. You all heard Doug talk about communities, and manufacturing is one big community, right? We go to trade shows, we go to IMTS, PAC Expo, and we share ideas, and we share innovations, and we see all the latest technology like robots and cobots, and we learn about how that technology actually helps us to solve our everyday challenges. Well, Acumatica is very similar because at Acumatica we have a community of customers. And me and my team, we visit you, we talk with you on the phone, and you tell us your ideas, and you share your innovations, and you tell us about your technology, and also the technology that you need to run your business. And all of this benefits the entire community. Yesterday, you heard Ali talking about how many people are using the platform to innovate and to create new things like side panels and dashboards. Now, side panels and dashboards are all throughout the application, and I know many of you have created your own. And with that collaboration and your ideas, then we've been able to put some of that into the product. Let me show you. The production manager screen is the most used screen in manufacturing. We've added a few usability enhancements that I think you're going to like. First, on the production order screen, then you can see when you change the status, we've adopted the workflow. And now at the top of the screen, you can see the next available action for you already there. Next, now, not only can you release materials and create a move transaction, but now you can also create a labor transaction right from the production order. But the most exciting thing that we've done is we've added side panels to the production order screen. So now, right from the production order, you can see the production order bill of materials. And remember, the side panels aren't just view only. You can actually make edits to your bill of material before you release the production order. You can view any critical materials, and you can see if you're short before you actually start the production order. And we've added a dashboard so that very quickly you can see things like quantity complete and cost variances. It's great, huh? Thank you so much. But we didn't stop there. One thing that you asked for was when you complete a production order short, then you want to be able to set the material status to complete so that when planning runs, it sees that this material is now available to be used by other production orders. Now, we've also added side panels to the MRP display screen. The MRP display is so important to manufacturing because it tells you, it takes your supply, it takes your demand, and it nets all those together and says, you need to buy this, you need to make this, and you need to transfer this to meet your customers' demands. Now, right from the MRP display screen, you can see all those details in one place. What do you think? Well, we couldn't do that without all of you because it's your ideas that drive the enhancements that go into the product. I've talked with a lot of you over the years, and one great example is FabiWood. FabiWood has helped me to improve the performance and also the usability of MRP. So please help me welcome to the stage from FabiWood the SVP of International Purchasing, Joel Weinstein. Hey, Joel.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So excited that you're here. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about FabiWood?
Sure. FabiWood is the fastest growing semi-custom kitchen cabinet company in the United States. We started out in 2009 with just 40 employees and about a 100,000 square foot facility. We have since then grown into our about 1 million square foot headquarters and over 1,200 employees. We have added other facilities and warehouses, and we have no plans slowing down anytime soon. We have been with Acumatica since 2018. FabiWood is a technology company that happens to sell cabinets. So we chose Acumatica because of its technology. We are growing very fast and wanted a platform that can grow with us.
That's great. It's really amazing. You know, at Acumatica, we really think of ourselves as disruptors in the ERP industry. And I know at FabiWood, you also think of yourself as disruptors in the kitchen cabinet industry. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit more about that?
The mission of our company was to break the status quo in the industry. Nothing had changed in the industry for the last 50 years. We were the first company to say, you can get a high-quality cabinet in a just 5-day lead time. There was no other manufacturer that ever offered that. In the past, when you ordered semi-custom cabinets, you had to wait 3 to 4 months at best, and sometimes even longer to get it. This has been a major factor in our success.
Wow, 5 days. I think when I get ready to redo my kitchen, I'm going to come see you.
I know some people.
Well, with your fast lead times, then, I know it's so important that when you purchase your items, that you get those that inventory in stock and have it ready and on hand when you get ready to make your cabinets. So tell me, how's Acumatica help with that process?
We used to have to manually calculate our forecasts and then use Excel spreadsheets to help us identify what raw material and components we need to purchase. This was very difficult because not only was it time-consuming, but it was also very hard to know when the items need to be purchased in order to meet our demands for the exact time needed. Now with Acumatica MRP, we have what we need when we need it.
That's great. Well, so I know that FabiWood chose Acumatica for its platform because it allows you to dream, it allows you to imagine, and you guys have built a lot of cool things that we've been able to pull into the core product. Things like the auto creation of transfer orders and supply warehouses, MRP logs and counters, and it's just a really great example of how when we work together and we innovate, it actually benefits the entire community. So on behalf of Acumatica, I really just want to say, Joel, thanks so much, not just for being a customer, but for being my partner.
You're very welcome. I would now like to take the opportunity and thank the entire Acumatica team for their continued support and really going above and beyond to meet all our needs so we can all benefit from a better system. Thank you.
All right, give it up for Joel at FabiWood, everybody. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here, but before I do, I just want to say, you know, if you have any ideas, please come see me at the manufacturing booth in the marketplace. And if you're curious about what's in the next release, then make sure you go to the breakout sessions. So now, to talk about construction, Let's give it up for Joel Hoffman.
Thanks, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. I'm really excited to be here today to talk to you about the Construction Edition and things that we've done within 23R1. Yesterday, you heard John talk about the headwinds and the economic challenges that people are having within their companies. Well, with that challenge, I've talked to customers and prospects, and what we're finding is they're also looking back and seeing and evaluating their business to how they can take advantage of technology and what kind of things they need to do to improve their processes during these times. Well, I'm happy to say that in 2022, the Construction Edition had its best year ever, adding more customers than any other year, having great customers and large customers as well. So to that, thank you. As Debbie had talked about, my team and I, we attend different trade shows. We've been to customer visits. Last week, we were here in Vegas at the World of Concrete. Today, actually, starts the International Builder Show over at the Convention Center, so our team is over there. And because construction can't get enough of Las Vegas, we'll be back here in March at ConExpo. So with all that information, it's great to come back and talk to customers, prospects, partners, and really see what we need to do and how we can help your businesses develop and make more profitability. So some of the things that we've done within that report refresh in 23R1. What's great about this is you can go through, and now we've looked at every construction report, looked at what the results are, eliminated ones that aren't providing the information that your companies need to process and make more money, and then it's going through, now how can we standardize that and pull those things together to give you information that's critical to your business and critical to project management. And as we looked at that, I envision that and relate that back to Denny Hamlin's car in the marketplace. If you think about customers and partners, you guys are telling us the aerodynamics, what kind of tires we need to use, and then from the product and the engineering team, well, that's the pit crew, pulling all that stuff together, pulling all that information together and producing the results that we need to show you how to get the best out of Acumatica. But before I get into showing you some individual features within 23R1, I want to talk about a story and a conversation I had with Sean Barnett at Spawn Associates. Sean and I were talking about how he's using and leveraging side panels and dashboards and what kind of things he needs to go into and what he's done to empower his users in the software and really bringing everything together onto one page, one single source of information. And the things that he's done, as you can see on the screen, great information, adding side panels, you can see projects, summaries, you can look at the bills, you can do the approvals, all kinds of interesting things. And he's leveraging that technology and leveraging the side panel information inside of Acumatica. I can only imagine what Sean's going to do and what customers like yourselves can do now as you're leveraging and pulling it together. It's really empowering your users to pull all that information together. So it's a great use and great story of how Acumatica can help you guys within the individual process. So one of the things that we've done within 23R1 is around cost projections and work in progress, or WIP reports. Because if you think about the importance of what those cost projections are, well, project managers need to project how the project's going, are the costs going over, and without that information, you're going to see budget variances, or there could be project delays. Not only does the project manager need to produce that information, but with that information, take that back to the finance group and see what can be billed, what revenue can be recognized, and what can be used with that overall cost analysis. So with 23R1, we've simplified things, and we started to show more information right on the cost projections. Inside the cost projections, now as you're making that information, you can see the impact and what the variance is going to be for that particular project, and that individual revision allows you to group those details and pull all those things together. As we're looking at it, this one we're saving $500 on the painting. Now that project manager or that person doing the forecast can get in, see how that updated and make what the impact is on that project right there, real time, not having to dig through different pieces of information. Very streamlined screen that we're coming back and starting to pull together. So the next step is if we take that and now start to look at that within the work in progress. We have the projections, and we had customers like yourselves tell us, we do our forecasts and our revenue recognition off of the projections. So we've consolidated the work in progress reports down from 4 to 2, making it more simplified as we're going in. Now, have those date information, and now being able to say, I want to use my cost projection on the work in progress, and I might even want to add potential change orders on those individual views. So we've made good progress on the WIP report itself, adding those details, as you can see on the screen. Now the new columns are there that tells us about the percent complete, what information needs to go through, and now I have that right at my fingertips. The project manager, finance, all on the same page. What do you think? So another important part about the projects and what we need to do as well is capturing the units complete. How's the progress on the job? Are we capturing the information we need? And are we able to make decisions? As if you don't have visibility into the units and how the progress is going, you might be not knowing that you need to add a labor force to get something completed. Well, maybe we're ahead of time and one crew is better than the other as far as the productivity metrics. What does it take for each one to do? As well as not having the real-time information that's coming through. So with 23R1, we've added information right on the project progress report, created the report to show you where things are. Now you can see how much has been done previously, what's going on today, how's the impact, what's the progress and the percent complete on the projects as we're going through. Very important information to start to analyze and determine what kind of metrics are happening within the project performance itself. Well, we didn't stop there. Leveraging the mobile enhancements within the mobile application, now you can capture those units right in the field. I'm able to go in, add the progress units, look at the information right on my mobile device, as well as maybe add it in the daily field report on the mobile device as well. Well, what does that do? That allows that information to be captured out in the field, brought back to the office, and now we have the ability to go in, see how it changed. In this case, you saw the same 300 cubic yards that was entered on the mobile device, gives that information, so now the people in the office have the decision-making capabilities from the real-time details. And here you can see that the report was updated to show what was done in this period. Again, leveraging technology, I think it's a great thing. How about you guys? Thank you. So, showed you some of the things that we're doing at 23R1. Please stop by the marketplace if you want to talk to me or my team. And then we'll also have different sessions that go through the different items there. At this point, I'd like to bring out Deborah to talk about distribution.
Hello. Gosh, we've been working so hard on this. I am so excited to share a taste of new solutions to your business needs. So, this morning, I'm going to show you 2 new capabilities to help you to dominate your distribution business. The wholesale distribution industry has faced some challenges, as we know, in the last year, in supply chain and in inflation. But we've seen some of our customers actually grow this last year through really strengthening their sales channels. One of those companies that we've been working with to understand their pain points is Dakota Red Corporation. They manufacture and distribute building and landscaping materials. At Dakota Red, they have contractor customers that come on site to purchase and return materials in what we call in the wholesale industry counter sales. Now, this is not a retail-like high volume need for a point of sale. But these counter sales are a very strategic part of their sales channels. So what they need is they need to be able to handle purchases and returns on the same transaction. And the net balance might be positive or negative. And these contractors carry the product with them, so no shipping is required. So what these counter sales reps need is to be able to process and complete these transactions really in an easy way. They need to stay in one screen, should be simple with nothing extra. So let's take a look at the new counter sales in 23R1. So this is a new order type in sales orders, a mixed order. I'm going to select that. And I am going to purchase something. Let's purchase some Dakota Stone piers. And I'm going to indicate that it's a purchase with a positive quantity. And now let's return something. I'm going to return the paver steps. I'm going to return 10 of them, so I'm going to make that a negative quantity. The net balance of this transaction is positive, so it's a purchase, a net purchase, and I can accept a payment for that. Now, this new order type can also handle a net negative balance and process returns. And it's really simple and easy. Clean screen, clean process. So what do you think about that? Now, I know that Dakota Red, y'all are out there, and I want to thank you for giving us that idea. It's not only going to help your business, but other wholesale distributors who also would like to utilize counter sales. Another customer that we've been working with to understand some of their pain points is Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Killer Merch. So we've been working with them on our customer advisory board and also with customer interviews. So I would like to welcome on stage the Chief Strategy Officer of Jeffree Star Cosmetics, Jani Arendt.
Good morning.
Hello, welcome, Jenny. It's always great to have you. Why don't you start by describing those two businesses?
Of course. Good morning, everyone. Jeffree Star Cosmetics is a cosmetics and skincare company founded by celebrity Jeffree Star. We sell our products online directly to the customer through our e-commerce platform, which is Shopify. And we also sell wholesale. And our sister company, Killer Merch, is a full-service merch company. We have many brands, and we do full-service merch. So we start with design, order fulfillment, retail. We take them through the whole process.
Love those businesses. So both of those businesses, I know, use Acumatica's matrix items. So for those of us who don't know what matrix items are, maybe you can share what they are and also why you use them.
Yes, well, like many of you, I'm sure you have products that are similar, but they have some differences in a few different ways. Different characteristics like color, size, style. So that's what matrix is. And why we use matrix is the first reason is so that we can take our products from Acumatica and push them into Shopify. As you can see on the screen, this liquid lip product is one product, multiple products on one page, and we're able to push from Acumatica with different variants. So you're not seeing one product on multiple pages, you're seeing it all in one place. It's fantastic. Actually, today we are both wearing our velour liquid lip. I'm wearing a nude color in a matte finish. What are you wearing, Deborah?
It's red color variant and a metallic finish variant.
You got it. One of the other reasons why we use Matrix is we have tens of thousands of SKUs between the two companies. Our part numbers are 30 characters long, and each of the segments represents something meaningful. So we can define the segments using the matrix, have it automatically generate the SKUs in Acumatica, and this gives us the ability to report and analyze on whatever we want as part of that.
Excellent. So I know you don't always use our template items. Why is that?
There's a couple reasons. One of the first ones is that not all variants are part of all items. So in this example on the screen, we have the eye item class, and it has color, collection, and finish for the liquid eyeshadow. And then you can see next to it, mascara in this example only has color and collection, finish isn't applicable. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason is with our apparel, Shopify and Acumatica were requiring that we put 2 variants in. So we were pushing the word dummy through to our site. So we had to do a customization. We reached out to our partner Acumatica, explained it, and they helped us.
Well, this is another great example of how after we release a new solution, we continue to listen to you, our customers, to see how it's working for you and if you need anything additional to it. So in 23R1, we've addressed this key pain point around template items, these optional variants. So Jeffree Star Cosmetics is one customer that needed it. We interviewed them, and they needed it because they needed to keep their item classes set up for the best reporting, and also to not show those inapplicable dummy attributes. So let's take a look. So I've just added this template item, mascara, like Jenny was talking about, in the eye makeup item class. Now let's come on over to the configuration and see how we actually configure. Those are the attributes. Those are those variants we're talking about, and the color and the collection were applicable, and coming down to the finish variant is not applicable for variant. So I have made that, I've deselected it. Now let's scroll down a little further to see how we set up and configure those SKUs, those really 30-digit long part numbers. So this is where we define each of the segments so that Acumatica knows how to auto-generate those long part numbers. And then just below that, we do the same thing for the description. So we also configure how Acumatica should build those descriptions. Then I'm going to jump over to item class. And item class is where, item creation, sorry, is where the inventory manager is going to select the collections and colors that are available before they click the update matrix button. Before they click that to generate the matrix items. And this is where Acumatica did its magic and generated all of these long SKUs, all according to the definitions of those segments.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it.
Yay!
So prior to using matrix items, we had 2 full-time employees that were generating SKUs. That's all that they did. Since using matrix items, we've cut that down to just 1 person, which gives the other person the ability to focus on strategy and other things. It's fantastic.
That's great. So, and also, no dummy variants on your website.
Thank you.
So, what do you guys think of that? Yeah? So, I want to give a shout out to Taylor on your team, who participated in the customer interview and also helped us with a lot of that. And thank you, Jenny and Jeffree Star Cosmetics, for giving us this great idea to help us improve.
Of course, thank you.
Thanks. So I've just shared a couple of new capabilities to help you to dominate your distribution business. So there's many avenues for you to share your pain points, your business needs to us. In fact, there is an opportunity later today at Summit to join us in our focus groups roundtable. So we are listening when customers speak. Acumatica listens. So let's find out what's happening in retail commerce. Everyone give it up to Josh Fisher.
Hey. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Deborah. So excited to be back at the Summit and see everyone. I love coming to the Summit. My favorite thing about coming to the Summit is all the conversations. I was actually worried that I was going to lose my voice yesterday. I was talking to so many people. The Summit's terrific for us to learn from you. We learn from our partners. We learn from our customers. We meet prospects and hear about the challenges that they're facing. It's really terrific. But it's not just the Summit where we do this. In 2022, our team was able to get on the road again. We went to see customers. We visited their warehouses. We saw their retail spaces. We met the people that are using Acumatica on a day-to-day basis. We also went to industry shows. And through these experiences, we learn. We started seeing patterns. It's not really about understanding trends that the analysts are telling you or reading white papers. When you talk to retailers over and over again, the trends become really obvious and clear. One of the big trends that we picked up on is that omni-channel retail for the small and mid-market is really starting to take off. It's getting close to its tipping point. And one of the things that came along with that is these retailers, they're coming to us. They're starting to come to Acumatica. Here's what's happening. First of all, omni-channel might not be a term that you're familiar with, so let me explain. You guys are all consumers, and you're very familiar with the concepts. Basically, you can order anything, anytime, anywhere. Now you can pull a phone out of your pocket, you can buy whatever, and it'll be home whenever you get home. And that's new. And these retailers, big box retailers, been doing it for a long time, but now the smaller businesses have to do it as well. But it's making their back office a disaster. If you have orders coming in from all these different channels, all these different places, it's really hard to keep up with the fulfillment. It's really hard to make sure that your inventory levels are accurate on all these different platforms. It's really frustrating for them. So now the retailers are coming to us, and they're finding out that Acumatica is solving these problems, which is very exciting. Yeah, so Acumatica is solving these problems. The other thing that we're starting to realize is that digital agencies are coming to Acumatica. Now, that's another term that you might not be familiar with. Digital agencies, just imagine digital marketing agencies. These are the organizations that work with retailers, and they help them with the customer-facing experience. They're the ones that design websites. They help with search engine optimization. They're the ones that make sure that brands are consistent across all the different channels. And now these digital agencies are coming to us because their retailers are going to them as the trusted advisor and saying, look, you've done a great job making us successful online, but now our back office is a wreck. What do we do? And the digital agencies, that's not their forte, right? They don't focus on back office inventory management and fulfillment. But through Google searching, they come to us. They also meet Shopify and BigCommerce, and they tell them about us. They show up on our doorstep, and they're like, hey, it seems like you're solving the problems that all of our customers are having. And yes, we are. So now, throughout the last year, we've been partnering these digital agencies with our resellers, and the resellers are the experts that understand the back office. And now these two teams are working together. Acumatica is bringing these two different teams together to help this entire industry. This industry is now being introduced to ERP and all the solutions that we offer that can solve their challenges. I'll give you an example. This is Opus Art Supply. Opus Art Supply is located in Vancouver. They have 8 retail locations. They sell online. They have hundreds of employees, tens of thousands of customers, and right now they're celebrating their 50th year anniversary. It's a terrific customer, went live with our system last year. They're using Acumatica as the foundation. That's their back office. It's where they manage all their inventory. They're using Shopify to sell online, and they're using Shopify point of sale. Now, what's interesting about these guys, the reason I'm bringing them up, is because as some retailers are focused on trying to go online and build out their omni-channel strategy, these guys are like 10 years into the future. They're actually talking about how do we take the digital experience and bring it into the store. So I'll give you an example. Imagine you're a customer, you walk into a retail store, there's a specific product that you're looking for and you can't find it. You walk up to a sales clerk. Because these sales clerks are using Shopify POS, they're walking around with iPads in their hands that has access to all the business data that's coming from Acumatica. So whenever the customer walks up and says, I can't find this product, I came here specifically for that, they can pull up the iPad and say, yep, we don't have it in stock here, but we do have it at these other locations, or if you like, I can ship it to your house. And right there on the spot, that sales clerk can take the order and prepare it for the customer. They can either take the order in the POS system and have it waiting for them at the next retail store, or they can take the order and have it shipped to the house. All that information is going right back into Acumatica, and our standard fulfillment tools are going to accept those orders and help you fulfill them. Thank you. We're very excited about this because we're seeing more and more of these retailers coming to us with these same exact challenges. And whenever we show them these solutions, it's like magic to them, right? That's what I love seeing. I love seeing that expressed, oh my God, this is magic look. So Shopify POS, it allows you to do all things omnichannel. Whether you're buying online and picking up in store, buying online, returning in store, or exchanging in store, going into the store and having products shipped to your house. And as we're working with these retailers and we're working with Shopify, we're fine-tuning Acumatica to make things more smooth. Those sales clerks that are walking around, they don't want to think about technology. In the retail industry, nobody wants to think about technology. They want to think about customer experiences. So if we can take that load off their plate, if we can automate things as much as possible for them, then they can take off. All right, so I gave you an example of digital coming into the store. Let's reverse it. Let's talk about taking a store experience into the digital space. So imagine you're in the art store, you're a customer, you're a fine oil painter, right? And you're going to go in and pick out some of your burnt siennas and your cobalt blues, and what you would expect to see is a large display with maybe 100 different colors listed out. And you can see the colors right there. You can imagine it's like a very tactile experience. It's great. We can all imagine that. But how do you do that on a phone? How do you replicate that experience on a phone or on an iPad or a laptop? If anybody knew, it would be the digital agencies that are in this room. They would probably have some ideas. But nobody has a perfect answer. So when I talked to Opus, I talked to their CEO, Tom, and he explained to me that they have this concept that they call experimental retail. So what they'll do is they'll build out these products inside Acumatica as standard stock items. They push them out to Shopify, and then you end up with a page of all the colors. This is very similar to that in-store experience. They'll let this run for 2 weeks, and they'll collect data. They'll look at customer conversions. They'll look at average order values, and then they'll determine how successful this was. And then they'll take all these products inside Acumatica and move them into matrix items. And when they export those matrix items out to Shopify, you end up with one product details page with a simple drop-down menu with all the colors listed. Choose what you want, add it to your cart, and check out. And again, they'll look at the data. After 2 weeks, they can compare the data sets and determine which of these is better for our business. That's experimental retail. And in 23R1, we took a lot of these ideas from Opus and other customers like them and started enhancing Acumatica to help them with the experimental retail. For instance, there's a matrix import scenario that many of you have experimented with. We pushed into the core in 23R1. It's going to help you alter your product structures from one to the other very easily. All right, I'll talk about another example of something that we added into 23R1. I'll tell you a story. I was right outside that door, last year, after this event. I walked outside the door, and Ethan from American Meadows, I imagine he's in the crowd here somewhere, he stopped me in my tracks, and he's like, Josh, I have a problem, and I need your help. I'm on my way to a session. Tell me what you need. And he started explaining this challenge that he was running into. See, Ethan's team at American Meadows, they sell all their products online. And they're selling to consumers. So the online, in their case, Magento system, is using Avalara to calculate taxes. And obviously, the customer is paying those taxes. The order flows into Acumatica. That's fine. That's all good. But just like any other accounting system, it's very standard for these accounting systems to recalculate taxes to ensure that everything is accurate when the invoice is being created. And Ethan's pulling his hair out because those recalculations were off by a penny, and that was impacting the reconciliations. And then he started telling me we don't even use, so we're using Avalara. Some retailers we talked to use Vertex for all the tax compliance. Everything is happening in these other systems. That's where we're reporting the taxes. We don't need Acumatica to do this. So we started calling the retailers that we work with, and we started hearing the same things over and over again. It's like, well, great, we have a consensus. Just like you've heard everybody on this stage say today, we take that information from the customers and we make the product better. So in 23R1, all the retailers will be able to suppress those tax calculations on the invoice. A checkbox with the order types. If you have orders coming in from external systems, you'll essentially be able to turn this off, and that's going to help you with the automation. That reconciliation is going to happen for you. I was thinking there might be a standing ovation, but that's okay. I thought there would be like 20 retailers stand up. That's fine. I'm glad. I actually am very excited. There's a lot of people that have been waiting for that feature for a while, so I'm excited to get it in your hands. All right, so I've been talking about retailers a lot. But it's not just the retailers that are using this technology. Another customer that we saw go live in last year is Copperfield. Copperfield is a business that sells chimney repair supplies to other businesses, to chimney repairmen. Now, they have been using Acumatica for years. They've been using the distribution edition, and they loved it, but the CEO had this vision, Brian, he had a vision of what his customers needed in order for them to be successful. And what he imagined was people up on the roof looking at a chimney, recognizing what parts they need. He wanted to be able to pull out their phone and place the order. And in 2022, they saw that vision come together. It was a very ambitious vision. That's one of 7 visions that he had for this. But with Acumatica and BigCommerce, they came to life, and now we're seeing the business grow. I can't wait to see what they do next. We also have businesses, manufacturers, who are producing their own products, and they're selling direct to consumer online. I'm sure you've heard about this, the D2C trends that are happening. In 10 years from now, this is going to be so common. Manufacturers are realizing if they build relationships with their customers, they can learn so much from them. Also, imagine all the data that you can collect about customer purchase behavior. You can see which products are doing well, which products are not. You can start seeing the trends, and that can help shift your business in the right direction. Okay, I'm probably over time, so I just want to leave you with 3 thoughts, okay? Retail is hitting the tipping point, omni-channel is where they're at, and they're recognizing that back office solutions are what they need to be successful and scale. All the resellers in this room, number 2, all the resellers in this room, you have expertise that they're looking for. They may not know to look for you, but they are looking for you. They need your distribution expertise and your fulfillment, inventory management. And lastly, everything I talked about today, these are omni-channel tactics that are going to be used by businesses of all types in the future. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the summit. Thank you. Let's bring Ollie back out.
All right. Thank you, Josh. Amazing stuff that we saw. I mean, that's true customer innovation, driven innovation. I think what's interesting about what we all saw is all these great customer stories. You didn't realize how much it goes on behind the scenes, behind each of these features. Like Doug showed, how we're making AP automation even better and more intelligent. How much number crunching and AI work is behind the scenes. But the whole point is make it seamless for you as a user. You don't have to know about the technology, it just works for you. Another great example was Fabuwood and how they needed MRP. And that MRP used to take 2 to 3 days for just the MRP to run, to crunch all those numbers, because each of those cabinets have so many components, and for the system to go crunch all those numbers and come out with what they need to buy is a very difficult process. And any other ERP system that you look at, it takes days for some of these ERP systems to run these analyses. So we use ML and AI technologies to speed up those platforms. We use the scalability of the cloud to split that process into many, many different servers so that it can bring all that information together and produce results that matter. So all the work happens behind the screens. You saw Josh talk a lot about how retail is changing, and everybody's in retail. It's no longer just manufacturing and distribution and retail. Everybody is changing with the way the businesses operate. Counter sales. All those things are coming and forcing us to transform, but the software is going to be ready for you. And the best of all, it's all happening through customer-driven innovation. So I'm excited because this is just a glimpse of 23R1. There's so much more inside 23R1. And this Thursday, you'll be able to download the beta. Even though we're coming out with it in April, the beta is available. It's filled with tons of functionality, more than ever before, hundreds of pages of release notes. I mean, it's unbelievable the amount of software that we're producing. And what's nice is we've started to change a little bit, and we want to find a way to innovate together even more. So we've introduced this thing we call experimental features. So there's a set of functions that you'll see in 23R1 that we are introducing in a controlled manner where you can go pick and choose these new features and let us experience together what these features are going to do for your business. And then, based on the feedback, we perfect them before we make the final release. So a lot of good examples are special orders coming to Acumatica. So if you're interested in special orders, go to our booth at Acumatica booth, and you'll learn how you can sign up and turn on special orders. Microsoft Teams integration, it has gone through a complete transformation. We heard so much feedback from some of the new versions that we had rolled out initially. And now it's available throughout the entire system, not just the CRM. So you get to experience that. We heard how much you guys love marketing with SendGrid and how automation has helped you reach your customers even better. But you wanted templates. So now you'll be able to experience SendGrid integration with using templates. We've improved the Intelligent Advisor, which is all ML driven. So now there is a really smart GL anomaly detection system in there, so it can work in the background, understand your work patterns, and come up with suggestions and anomalies that it sees in your GL. So you'll be able to experience that. You heard about omni-channel and how that's going through. And Amazon is changing every day. And people like you asked us, can you please build an Amazon integration that can reconcile everything for us? We're tired of the fees that Amazon charges us. We don't understand what these fees do, and we have a hard time reconciling them. Well, not only will you be able to bring orders in, you'll be able to reconcile those numbers with the back end. So Amazon Connector, we're extremely excited about. And payments, the world of payments is changing. We have so many different payment providers, Stripe, Authorize.net, and many, many others. But it's been a challenge to bring it all together in one place. What if you want to do gift cards? What if you want to do loyalty programs? What if you want to do debits? What if you want to do payments online? What if you want to do it on POS and e-commerce? Well, I'm really happy to announce we have something new called Acumatica Payments. And Acumatica Payments coming this second half of the year, that is going to bring all this in one area so that as you upgrade with Always Current programs, you'll be able to do it all, whether it's EFT payments, portal payments, mobile payments, one-click payments, gift cards, loyalty programs, automated reconciliation, everything in one place. So use these sessions, go to the sessions and learn what Acumatica can do for your business. There's a lot more learning to be had today. And when you're done, I know we partied last night, but we get to do a little bit more. The closing reception is later today, and we had such a huge success last year. We tried it for the first time. It's a place where you get to see all the people that were on stage today and yesterday. The entire Acumatica executive team will be there. We would love to share and celebrate together, so please come join us. And if you're wondering about next year, we're going to expand this fun an extra day. So next year, we'll be here again, January 28th to 31st. So go out there, have some fun, and thank you, and let's innovate together. Have a great summit.